Hello. So I'm coming to video 6 on what I call as universal language of love. That basically is, let's say, from singularity or Advaita. While we have a lot of plurality, we have a lot of subjects, we have lots of worldviews on how to do the right thing by which to live life. We even have so many gods and devils and demons and angels and um, saviors and yeah, and we have WHO's list of diseases. So we are not warfaring communities. So since those times, we have come a long way where we can talk about these things on an internet, and we have WHO's list of diseases, which means after so many survival concerns that needed to be addressed, now we are looking at WHO's list of diseases. So things are getting better. The fabric of time space has been healing since some time. So since those times to now, we can look at how to, for example, simplify matter. So reality makes sense. Our health, wealth, wisdom, longevity concerns are more easily manageable with a lot of things to deal with, and also with artificial intelligence, a lot of information to deal with. So let's try to look at life in a more simpler way so that we're not having to go through diseases in making sense of this thing called life and reality and our place in the whole schema of things and what are we supposed to do and what's the right thing to do and all of those challenges. Yeah. So let's make it simpler. I'm wearing a t-shirt that says minds evolve when bodies dance. Yeah. So let's try and find a simple code by which you can manage your own ass from a hole in the ground. It's like this dot ass. Yeah. Um, let's just say this dot, the center of Sri Chakra. Yeah. So there is many complexes, many things to information and many things. And there is one life that we need to deal with. And it's after we are born that we begin to start having information. Oh, this is a caretaker, this is a friend, this is a subject, this is a technology, this is a different things. In this one thing that each person have that we call a life. Yeah. So we get a lot of information and we each have our own lives to deal with, manage, and maintain being healthy, wealthy, wise. Yeah. And earn the grace of people, the goodwill of people. And so people are more willing to work with you and consider you adding value. Yeah. So we have one life, one dot, and we are one person with many people as relatives, relationships, even have a relationship with a phone. Yeah. We have relationship with people, plants, animals, or the roof we live under. Yeah. The country, a lot of things. So, and one life, one person. Yeah. Good. I call it discovering our ass from a hole in the ground. Yeah. Like the whole thing. I call it the administrative statistical system. So all of that is like in one kind of a system. And then you'll be able to say this information belongs in that room. Yeah. Bathroom stuff in one room, kitchen stuff in one room. Yeah. So when you have assigned places, it becomes easier to, that topic has related files in that room. Yeah. So let's just call it like a memory palace. Yeah. So we all live in a palatial house, big house. So lots of rooms. Yeah. Like a body has like 12, I was about to say 24. We each have 24 hours in a day. Yeah. Every one of us have 24 hours in a day. So that's something common that all of us have. And our clocks either say 12 hours or 24 hours. Yeah. That's also something common. Our body has, let's say, 12 organ systems. Yeah. That's still 12. Like a year has 12 months. A clock has half a day, 12 hours. full day, 24 hours. So there's something predictable there. Yeah. So this is where our dot, our life, like one person has numbers, as all human beings have some numbers like this: 12, 6, 3, yeah, 0 to 9. And then after 9 comes 10. And then with 10 to 19. Then after that comes 20. And then 20 to 29. So 0 to 9 is where all our number systems are just about put there. So we have that also predictable. Yeah. So we have some numbers that are common across the human species. And then we have decimals. Yeah. So we have a dot. So we are at least a decimal point, a tiny little. In the Sri Chakra, that dot is not just a simple dot. Yeah, that's talking about that dot has a life and has a life that matters, because there is a lot of information, but it's that dot which is managing all that information and continuing to have a life worth living and is amongst the living, from managing all that stuff that takes to be amongst the living. So congratulations, you already have what it takes. Not a small dot. Yeah, not a small dot. So numbers, predictable, doable. There are some things which is common across the human species. So you may think like you're this odd one out, or you're dealing with stuff that others are not. We're dealing with numbers. And then we have alphabets. Yeah. We have many kinds of alphabets and many kinds of languages. But there are basics. It's called vowels, consonants, combinations. Yeah. Different languages have different vowels. But let's just say A, E, I, O, U. Vowels. Consonants. Instead of dealing with all of that stuff right now, vowels, consonants, combinations. 3 kinds. Like you say, algebra, geometry, mathematics, arithmetics. Like that, numbers. Yeah. Alphabets have vowels, consonants, combinations. 3, again, doable. Vectors, it's more like directions. Traffic lights, north, south, east, west, yeah, up, down, direction. And then you could have diagonals, yeah, north, east, north, west, yeah, south, east, south, west, yeah. We'll deal with the others as in how they come. But from our body, we can have like a traffic police. We have a sense of direction. So we're not lost. We have a body that's human. And then there are names for all of this. We'll deal with the names when we are ready for it. But there are limited things to deal with. And within this sphere, we can contain a lot of stuff, like that dot in the center of a circle. Yeah. This is a doable thing, manageable thing. There could be a lot of information, but we have a body that's human, and we don't have to eat the cake all at once. Small little bits of information, and it's a manageable system. Yeah. We just have to figure out. It's like a house. Memory, a house, different rooms have different functions. We just have to kind of figure out, have a certain organized space in our internal room inside our body. Yeah. So it's like we are like a trailer home. When we are walking outside amongst people, we have a life and we have a map of our life in a manageable manner inside us. And then we have others, either they have figured out a management system or they or not. But they have a body that's human, which means they are in some way figured out because they're amongst the living, which means in some way they have found a management system. If this resonates with you, if this is a system that you would like to consider, if things are not managed in your life space, then maybe you could borrow something from here and then have your life be all sorted out. Yeah. So I'm sharing what works for me. See if this works for you too. And we'll all get better. We would have figured out our ass from the hole in the ground. And we are more likely to breathe healthier naturally and easily. We could have moments of, oh my goodness, yeah. But we still have something more figured out than lost. Candy? Yes? Can you switch on the light? Sure. 1 minute. Yeah, this also happens. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Yes. Right. Okay. I'm at something. We'll speak later. Yeah. Okay. So everything is not perfect, but accommodating change is part of how we work with a dynamic system. Yeah. You'd like it to be all perfect, no disturbance. It's not about disturbance, but consider that there is a reason for why things happen. Yeah. And to have a system that accommodates for surprises is less likely to jostle us. Yeah. Then we can then dance with life. Yeah. Our mind is more sorted out. And then we can dance with life. We could sometimes, yeah, but resilience is better. We would be at least 1 or 2 people less, or rather, who are not in WHO's list of diseases. Yeah, that's still something to work towards. Now, for that, figuring out your ass from a hole in the ground, you need an information management system, which over time becomes your management information system. Yeah, so you can manage your life based on the system that you make for holding information and then working from there. Okay. Now, the previous video related to this thing that I call as no technology, Logy, study, the study of nothing in particular. Yeah, what that means is N in the previous video that I've named as no technology and shape of my body -5. There you'll find some more details about what I've mentioned here. Okay. And in that video, I'm speaking about 1 minute. In that video, I'm mentioning about N. Like you have this dot at the center of the hole. Yeah. This is a bit like there's an anatomy and physiology of a human being reference to this. You'll come to that bit in another video. Okay. Because then the ass will have a more biological reference, like the anus and the rectum. Yeah. But if you ask a baby's produce is a poop. Yeah. And they're very proud of it. Yeah. Body shaming comes when you kind of shame them for, oh, you think that is all proud? Yeah, it's dirty. So some form of body shaming begins there. Because otherwise, what they basically produce from their viscera is a poop. Yeah. So garbage in, garbage out, not a bad thing. Because sometimes we think so much and out comes from our mouth what you've been working on inside your body. Yeah. So where's the garbage coming from is question of how healthy is your metabolism. Yeah. So that way, figure out your ass from a hole in the ground. Yeah. It also determines your value in the scheme of things. Yeah. So that's one way to look at ass from a hole in the ground. Administrative statistical system. Yeah. Now, in that previous video, no technology and the shape of my body 5, I mentioned that N of no technology is like inside the dot. So we have the dot here. And consider the dot is like a small hole inside it. Like Earth has a core very solid core. And Earth has many layers. Yeah. So this image looks like a two-dimensional image. That, when we consider it into a sphere, yeah, like Earth, and Earth has a core. Yeah. This core will be what I'm calling as meristem intelligence. Yeah, that's like the dot at the center of the whole. Yeah, like this the whole that's one person's life, like a universe, pure universe. And this layer that's inside your body, yeah, that whole thing is like inside your body, but it's also a representative of your life outside. Yeah, so that's a management information system of the whole that's your life. Yeah, so that's your world kind. Yeah, how's your world? We all have our own internal world, and that world is our universe. Yeah, because we have one life. Otherwise, we would have multiverse, and then we would have, and then it is depends on how much we are not having clashes between those many verses, if we have a disease or not have a disease. Yeah, multiple personality disorder, schizophrenia. And that's when the information system is a little not figured out. It's a little here, there. That's when you have schizophrenia or multiple personality, those kinds of things. One of those disease names from WHO's list of diseases. Okay, so to get to a more information figured out, then it's out there. Yeah, juggling with a lot of things to being a little more figured out and more. Yeah, okay. And this is an ongoing process. Every time there's a new change, you go through. Change is a constant in life. So these things happen, but if you're more figured out, you have greater chance of being put out for a long time versus, oh, it's getting better. Okay. Now at the core, I say meristem intelligence or me. Now I mentioned in the previous video, ME, little small m small e, is sitting on N, where the inside the dot, the dot is N. And me, where N is not visible. Yeah, because it's got many, many parts to it. Many parts to it. Okay. Let's say 36. Yeah. And this, no, like the whole of one person's life, that also has many parts to it. Yeah. Let's say 36, but it's got more than that. So does N. Yeah. So we'll not go into all of those complexes. Let's just say N and O are many parts, but we can simply represent that by the N and the O. Yeah. Technology, it's doable. Yeah. We just compress it all into something doable. It's just simple. Yeah. And then we can deal with the complexes later. When we want to deal with the complex, focus in there, zoom out, and then, want to deal with this part, not with this part, deal only with this part. Yeah. And when you're ready for this part, then deal with this and then close it. And then, yeah, what are you talking about? It's all simple. Yeah. It's a large language model, but it's a manageable, doable. Life gets simple. Management information system. Now, Wikipedia, for example, is a nice example. Yeah, it has some documents. You can click on it and then more information, click on it, more information. You don't want it, go back, and then, I just said one first topic that you read. Doable. Yeah. We have other forms, but not being in WHO's list of diseases. Yeah. Or what it takes to not be in it. Yeah. That's a wise, intelligent way of living. Now, because then you'd be more sane and healthy, not diseased. Yeah. Okay. N, doable. Yeah. Now, me, small m, small e. Now, each of us have a body that has two sides. That's like the letter M, which has two these things. Yeah, it's like a bum. Yeah. We stand because we have two bum. Yeah. So that's like a nice little representation. Yeah. And we come from a left. All that's left is then our life is kind of there from kind of representing that. Yeah. And then it is about what we do, how best we make with what's left from all that's done, and then what else is there to be done, and do the right thing. And then what is left is more better than what was yesterday or previous lifetime. Yeah, you're still living a better life this today than you was yesterday or last year. Still good. So small and smally, sitting on N. Yeah. So we are basing our ass on nothing in particular. Yeah. And nothing is a lot of many things. And when we make nothing better, we are more found. Yeah. So everything would make better sense when nothing makes sense. Okay, that sounds odd. But let's say nothing is a good nothing. Like it's like silence, stillness, nothing. Yeah. And then there are sounds, movements, and energy, and well, let's just say vibration, energy, and what's that? Sound, frequency, energy, vibration. Base that when there is silence, there is sounds. So if sounds are making too much of noise, you have silence. Yeah. And then there are levels in silence. But silence is where sometimes you don't have so much of chaos as sometimes all the sounds does. So it's still a better thing. So I put all of those symbols, like silence, stillness, nothing, where, there's a lot of everything, and then there is nothing. Yeah. And in that space of nothing, when you put things, you have a lot of things, and then you have everything. Yeah. So everything is making, oh my goodness, you have nothing. It's just there, simple. Yeah. So it's like a whole lot of symbols all put into one box that I call N. Yeah. And then there's all lot of everything. Yeah, everything around. Yeah. And then we have a symbol. Yeah. So this simple, and then once we can handle a simple, everything becomes more manageable. Yeah. So me is sitting on N, nothing in particular. We will figure out a nothing slowly. First, let's get the scheme of things, the shape of my body. Yeah. We all have a body. That's at least my body. Yeah. And then we have a different identities and personas and all those things that how people look at you and how you look at yourself and all those things, a lot of everything. But you have my life. Yeah. Me as an experiencer of life inside all of these identities, many things. And then, so that's like me here. Yeah. So me sitting on, it's like one circle here, tiny little thing. Yeah. Sitting on N, just to represent the idea. And then you have around me capital M, small e. Yeah. If you've seen the movie Matrix, yeah, you have the red pill and the blue pill. Small m, small e is like the red pill. Capital M, small e is like the blue pill. So the whole thing of that, it's just capital M, small a. Yeah. Or small m, small a. I told you it's a large model, but it's a simple model. You're thinking about the enormity of it, but you don't have to eat the whole cake at one go. You have one way to look at this whole thing in a way that instead of it's there here are many subjects and WHO list of diseases. Yeah. You can breathe. It's a buffet. You got a lot of things. But you're not with how to deal with this and with that and that. You have a buffet. And it's a good life. You can choose this dish. You can invest your time, effort, and energy in it today. Tomorrow, you can look at another thing. It's your life. Yeah? It's doable. Simple things. Now, N, small m small a, capital M small a, all is inside the dot. That's at the center of the Sri Chakra. Yeah? That I call MI. That's also me. Yeah? So it's all my life. Okay. We haven't come to the my bit. Now this like inside it's like the core of Earth. Kind of like to give you an example. It gives you a stable base. Yeah? Once you have figured it out, it's not like you're not having a personality disorder between the blue and the red. Let's make it simpler. Your heart, your body, anatomy, physiology of a body is represented by red blood and oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Yeah. So let's say the red pill is kind of like the oxygenated blood, and the deoxygenated blood is like the blue. It makes it simpler. You don't say which is better or not. If one is not functioning than the other, you'll be dead. Yeah. So we need both. Okay. And you have the light. It's like the N bit. It's like a light. Yeah. It makes things pleasanter. You have a little light. That's why your blood is all warm. Yeah. We have for human beings. Human beings are warm-blooded animals. So we have warm blood. So we have nothing in particular. Yeah. And we have everything. So we have a body that's warm. That's nice. We have a working life already. Just feel your own body. Is it warm? Good. It's working. Nice. You're amongst the living. That's a sign of life. You're already doing good. Which means you already have health. And then it's about different degrees of health. Gets better. Now, from this dot, so this dot, all of this is inside your body. Yeah. And then you have layers here. Yeah, like the layers here. These are like, I've named them many things. For example, these are names we are familiar with, like identity. We say you. Yeah, it's all because of you that this happened. Or I love you. Yeah, whose is you? So we have a kind of relationship with the word you. And then when that word you has a name, has an object, a name, for example, then you've given a name for that you. So that you could be a thing, that you could be an object. So we have relationship with that. We have a relationship with the word we, with the word us. So it's these kind of words that are there outside this dot, which is also part of our world, our universe. Yeah. And these are all there in our experiential relationship in our body. When you do something to me, there's something that happens in my body. Yeah. Because we are related. But it's like a schema of things to kind of represent where are you, where am I, where is we, where is us, which is mine, etc. Yeah. So we are not lost in the whole scheme of things. Okay. I know it's a large model, but it's you can breathe with it. Yeah. So I call this your ass is like this dot, this core of Earth. When you have a solid ass, yeah, you can sit on it. Yeah. Otherwise, you're like sitting on a thorn. Yeah. You don't know to sit or stand or how to. Yeah, it becomes really difficult. Like if you're having what do you call it? Not a wart. Yeah. It's a hematoma. No. Yeah, forget the word. It's a growth. Yeah. Kind. Man, the right moment you forget the word. But okay. So if you're having a concern with your anus bleeding and all that, yeah, then it has a problem. But that's also talking about you having a difficulty sitting. Yeah. So when you have a good, nice ass, healthy, your brain is more functioning because your guts is more functioning and your brain is more fine. So sometimes you have constipation also of your brain because as is a little constipated, or your intestines are having a little toxic effect from that. So figuring out your as from a hole in the ground has your life work, also your body work. Okay. And then my life, me and my life. So it's MI is also my life. Yeah. So it's like a schema for my life. And why do I say MY? Is there is a reason, a why, a reason for being related to you. So whether you is a subject or an object, where I'm related to me, I have a relationship with me too. And why do I have a relationship with me? Yeah. If it's not a healthy one, if you don't have a relationship with you, even when you're doing well, not doing well, it doesn't matter because, well, you haven't considered yourself to be amongst one of the customers. When what comes out of your mouth, if you're not listening to what's coming out of your mouth, you could have health challenges. Yeah. Because you have kind of disregarded even your own self or your existence. You haven't even considered yourself in the whole scheme of things, in your list of priorities. So to bring yourself also into your purview of life, I've named one of this as I. Yeah. So there's I, you have a Y as a relationship. Me's relationship to I, me's relationship to mine, me's relationship to you, me's relationship to we, me's relationship to us. These are just, I'm just giving an example. I'm not talking all about that now because that could confuse us because there's 10 layers. Yeah. There's a dot here. And from the dot, there are 10 layers. So that's how Rama is related to Ravana. Yeah. Both needs to keep it together and not kill each other or try to do any of that stuff. Because then common sense suffers and you don't breathe healthier naturally. Okay. So this is a good model. Yeah. So we're not having clashes. Yeah. Nobody dies. We all get healthy. And we discover our relationship and sort things out and not get tangled and we can breathe healthier naturally. So WHO's list of diseases would be, I think, from either the dots concerns or the holes concerns. Yeah. It's just a scheme of things. Now, further information. So this forms the no technology. Yeah. N dot. Yeah. Inside the dot is N. And then you have all the O, like ocean. Yeah. Did we cover ocean? 11, 10 here. And then one dot. Inside the dot is 2. Like 11 has 2 bits. Yeah. 3. But let's not go to those complexes. Yeah, we'll deal with the numbers later. Yeah. There could be a lot of information. But right now, let's just, when we open that box or that department, then we can work on that and then close that and then let it be there. When we can take that and work with it when we want to. Yeah. And then work with only that. It's like a kangaroo's pouch. Yeah. Open the stretch, do it nice. Got a lot of, a body has many spaces. Yeah. So I hope now no technology and shape of my body makes sense. Yeah. The best is in the making. Yeah. You are in the making. Yeah. So I hope you would begin to regard yourself as in terms of me. And then discover your relationship with yourself too. Yeah. So then you make more sense. So when you're saying somebody else, it's you, because of you. Maybe you'll discover your relationship, your me's relationship with you. And it could be an object, it could be a person, it could be a subject, it could be a topic, it could be what have you. Yeah. Okay. So we'll pause for now. Do let me know any questions, comments. What do you think about this? you like it, not like it, it'll all get better. Once our ass is figured out, oh, after this, you're going to zoom in to me. Okay? Mm. Why do I say that? Because me needs to be more figured out. Yeah? I've said this, the ass. Ass has a set of basics, like red pill, blue pill. There's a set of basics. So the red and blue is not clashing. Okay? So it gets more simpler. It gets more simpler. So we will go into that, and then we will slowly then look at the more complex thing. It becomes more easier. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this has been of value to you. Good day.